And we're back for show 9 or 10. I lost count. This is Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas, Nevada, not Sarasota, Florida. We talked about that last week.
We did.
You pull up Aqua Plumbing and on the net, and there's an Aqua Plumbing in Sarasota, Florida. They must be gigundous. They take the first 7 spots on the internet. We can't trump them people. Last week we were going to call them and ask them, hey, are you listening?
Yep, I forgot all about it.
But like you said, it's 5 o'clock there, so they're probably in the shop drinking beer. They'd get a kick out of this show.
Probably.
They would. Absolutely would. So again, this was Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing. My name's Artie White, and I brought my delicious wife here, Becky White. She's the co-owner of Aqua Plumbing. We've been in business since when? I forgot.
2004.
2004. Right on. And we specialize in leaks.
Leaks. Very small commercial.
Water heaters, small commercial.
Service and repair on anything.
We don't fix pianos.
No, we don't.
We have some guests today.
Yay!
We do have some guests today.
We have Heidi, Rich, and Dustin.
Yay!
They're from the IRS.
The good IRS. We're the good IRS.
They're from the good IRS.
We're the good IRS.
What does IRS stand for?
Insurance Restoration Services.
So when we go out and do something stupid, you come out and clean it up.
That's correct.
Or if a water heater fails, you come out and clean it up.
We just clean up. We're just the cleanup.
Right on. Very good.
Come just clean up.
You know, people don't realize that they really should, when they go on vacation or even a long weekend, interrupt the water to their house. They really should turn the water off to their house.
Right. Or I was telling them, if you have somebody watching your pets, have them flush a toilet, have them turn on a faucet, have them do something.
Have them go to the house.
Have them actually show up at the house.
I walked the house the other day, and the toilet line, the supply line to the toilet, which you can never see.
Yeah.
But you brush against it every time you grab the toilet cleaning brush.
Right.
And you don't realize you're disturbing it. And if it's old, it doesn't take much pressure. This is a 4,200 square foot house. And when I walked this house, 3 foot of drywall was gone from the floor up.
Wow.
2.5 foot. You could see from one end of the house to the other, 2x4 studs, wires, and they had to get the drywall out of there because it was going to soak the water up.
Wow.
It wicked the water up because drywall acts just like a candle wick. Mm-hmm. And they had big problems. They'd gone on vacation. The neighbors came home that night, and they're like, why is there a canoe floating out of Herfus and Rastus's house over here? And they called the law, and the law called Las Vegas Valley Water District because nobody knew how to turn the water off, and they just simply showed up, popped the lid in the sidewalk, and now that's not where I would encourage anybody to turn their water off. They should have a water valve near their home, in their garage, or something like that. If you interrupt the water at the sidewalk, you're also interrupting the water to your landscaping. And if you leave in July for a week, you come back and it looks like Africa in the front yard. That's not good.
Yep.
But it still beats coming home
to a flooded house.
Yes.
And it looks like someplace in Florida where there's a swampland. There's an alligator waiting to greet you at your front door. That happened to us.
It did.
That happened to us 14 years ago.
Not an alligator.
She was like an alligator when she found out.
Our house flooded.
Oh.
We used to the old style washing machine. You lift the lid, and we would just leave the lid open, and we'd disrobe that at night and throw all our clothes in the washing machine and close the lid. Well, there wasn't enough to wash that night, so we left the lid open. Done it a million times. The washing machine turned itself on. Continued to fill. I get home, water running out of the garage door. Big deal, water heater. I'm a plumbing contractor. I can handle this. I go in the garage, looking around. Water heater's fine. That's not good. I opened up the door between the garage and the house, and 3 inches of water flowed out on my shoes.
Yeah.
It was terrible. So it was remodel time. Our house was one of those, 2.5 feet of drywall, the whole perimeter, 2,500 square foot house. She came home, my freaking house! And in about 6-7 minutes, she's like, it is remodel time.
Yes.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
we only have a house was built in 90, and our house is only 14 years old now.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the blessing to those kind of losses is that you do get.
We didn't even call the insurance company. We were just like,
No.
you know what?
Call us.
You know what? We this was 14 years ago. There weren't really any water sucking companies in town.
Right.
And we just did it ourselves and started whacking sheetrock, and it was. And we had just painted the whole house with semi-gloss.
You brought up
semi-gloss the drywall can't breathe.
You brought up a great point though with the water heater shutoffs, or the water to the house. A lot of folks don't know where their water main is out at the street, and they don't know if they have the valve in the garage. Quite a few homes in Vegas, especially the older homes, don't have the valve that turns off the water main but leaves the irrigation on. So
or it's in the yard, and the wheel handle's rusted off,
Right.
and you don't want to be touching that shit anyhow. Because you start messing with the pliers and the bonnets on they're called gate valves, and they leak, and they can be a problem. So you really should call Aqua Plumbing. Woohoo! We'll come out, perform a free home plumbing inspection. Every component in the house, we do a visual inspection. One of the things we look at or look for is the shutoff valve, and if you don't have an adequate shutoff valve we're happy with, we simply let you know what it's going to cost to fix it, and something like that won't happen to your house if you're cognizant enough to turn your water off when you leave.
And make sure you drain the system after you turn the water off, because there's still going to be
all you gotta do is flush a toilet
pipes.
or two.
Yeah.
It takes the pressure off the pipes. Good job, Rich. I knew we brought him for a reason. All right, very good.
Another good point, if you're going out of town and you're going to do something along those lines, you want to make sure you keep your heat, especially with winter coming up, set around 70 degrees.
Shh. We don't want that.
I thought
we want to go out.
You guys want that plumbing line to leak so you can go out.
Along those lines, Rich is absolutely correct. If you're going to go out of town, leave your heat on 68, 70 degrees. That'll keep the pipes even above the sheetrock in most cases from freezing. There are a lot of houses in Las Vegas that are piped with copper overhead, and copper cannot handle being frozen. It'll split. And so what happens is this, and we've got a particular apartment complex in town. We go out, it's a dog trail every year. We go out in late December, early January. We get a call from a builder we do work for, and this is one of their properties exclusively. And people have moved out of the upstairs, so the heat, the power panel's been removed. There's no heat upstairs. The coppers run above their unit, so it's up in the second floor attic. And then it starts raining. It freezes. No big deal. No harm, no foul. Till the next day, when the temperature starts to come up, the pipe thaws, the ice thaws, the pipe starts spewing water in the attic, and it drowns the tenant below the unit, the affected unit. So both of them are displaced. And it's terrible.
Something else to say to that is that a lot of times if you don't maintain your heat, insurance companies won't cover it. And there's a lot of damage that happens when these pipes go. So you want to maintain your heat in order to get coverage if it does burst.
I'm glad you brought that up, Dustin, because about 5 years ago I walked a doctor's house. Big, beautiful house up in west part of Las Vegas. The doctor had gone out of town for 3 weeks. And it wasn't freeze related, but it was I believe it was another toilet supply that had let go. And I actually got the call from a neighbor, hey, there's water flowing out of this guy's house. And we went over there, interrupted the water, couldn't get in the house. The key he'd left the neighbor didn't work, and finally he was in Manila or something, very difficult to get a hold of. So here we are 9 days later. He finally authorizes a locksmith to come out, the neighbor to orchestrate a locksmith to come out to get in that house. We got in there, and I had my moisture meter with me. And the water had already wicked up that drywall 54 inches.
Wow.
Insurance company denied the claim because he was negligent in turning his water off, knowing he was going to be gone for 3 weeks.
Yep.
So it's really important, and you can always call Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas at 702-642-8400. We will gladly come out, offer you a free inspection, walk through the whole house, make sure everything is good, and you're not going to suffer a peril. And if you hear anything on the show today that you'd like to talk about or ask questions, we might even have a little contest or two today. You can get a hold of us here at 702-483-4444. 483-4444. Again, we're in Las Vegas, so the area code 702-483-4444. If anybody wants to call in, we do have IRS in here.
Yay.
The IRS, the good IRS.
The good IRS.
You can ask them questions as well as to how to keep them out of your house, because when your house floods, IRS is going to that's how they make their money and feed their families. But at the same time, they're proactive in trying to keep it from happening. And you would ask yourself why? Well, it's because they're good people and they want to make sure that the people that are listening and will take the time to care for their home and learn the proper ways to take care of their homes. There's plenty of people out there that will not do the things that they need to do. So there's always going to be an income stream at insurance restoration services. And again, for those people who are going to listen and take part and take charge of their house and the inner workings of the mechanics in their house, that's what we're here for. Call us, ask us any questions. We'll gladly answer them. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we will answer the questions. Isn't that right, Mom?
That's right.
I think she's over there sleeping.
I'm a little tired.
She's nodding off.
Another thing that you had said earlier was maintaining your house, and that's a big thing with insurance companies. We do work for anybody, but insurance companies want to see you maintain your house, and then if something goes bad, they'll step up. But as soon as you neglect or don't change your angle stops, or they really see poor things in your house, that's where they tend to deny your claims. So I would definitely recommend calling Aqua Plumbing and having them come out just to look at least a year, every year.
It's free.
Or every 6 months or something, because, I mean, we stay busy and it's probably counterproductive to our business, but maintenance is a big deal.
And the water's hard enough here in town, and there's enough poor construction to keep us all busy anyway. So the folks that are proactive, we don't mind helping out at all.
Exactly, and that's how Aqua Plumbing looks at it too. I get asked a lot, how can you guys afford to go out and do free plumbing inspections? There's TV advertisements all the time. This plumbing company will go out for $59. This plumbing company will go out for $69. This plumbing company over here, I saw one the other day for $29. I'm not going to take $29 to drive out to your house. I'm not. It's not worth it. But what we want to do is we want to show that there's value in the plumbing industry and there's valuable plumbing contractors in the industry. And with that said, we're going to go out for free, and there's a very, very high likelihood we're going to find something wrong in that house, and we're going to charge you, if you choose to use us, to make that repair, because it's going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars later. We're not going to make the repairs for free, but we're certainly going to come out and look, educate you, talk to you, tell you to go to the store from time to time, buy some insulation. 'Tis the season, it's coming. I mean, it's still hotter than the sun's surface out there. I can't believe this shit. Third week of friggin' October, and
it's cooling down.
It turns overnight.
You can chill out.
Right. So
Saturday, it's going to be 80 degrees.
And Becky,
and I'm going to be miserable.
In a sweater.
and Becky races cars, and we were out there racing last Sunday, and I'm spraying her down with a water bottle before she gets in the car to go racing.
It was so ridiculously hot.
And she doesn't race again for a month. So in November, we're going to be out on the same racetrack doing the same damn thing, and I'm going to be standing there with a blow dryer warming her little ass up.
Yeah.
So,
well, everybody thinks about maintaining their cars, changing their oil, changing their brakes, but folks don't tend to change their water heater until they've got water all over their house, like your situation, or toilet supply lines. I mean, you can go over how frequently these things are supposed to be changed, but with our water being so hard in Las Vegas, you're going to save yourself a lot of money in the long run, keep me out of your house by taking care of these things.
That is absolutely true.
And the other thing we hear a lot of homeowners say, you know what, that's what we have insurance for. We're just going to let them take care of it when it goes. The problem is the one thing insurance companies usually don't cover is the part that went out. And the other thing is you got to remember your deductible. So if you have a $1,000 deductible, you're going to contribute that towards the loss. I'm sure a maintenance or a fix is much less than $1,000 most of the time.
Absolutely.
And then you don't have to go through that frustration.
And then you're not displaced.
Right.
And you can stay in a motel or the bed bug motel or whatever.
How long did your remodel take after you had the alligator invasion?
She's pretty efficient. She did most of the work.
I did most of the work myself. He was learning how to fly helicopters at the time.
Oh my!
So he would go to class 2 nights a week, and when he was gone, I would build a wall, and then he would come home and we'd stand it up, and the next night I would just do the next wall, and so I think the whole thing took us maybe 3 months.
But a lot of people, that's a long time.
Well, our house looked like a war zone. It looked like an absolute war zone. There was no floor covering because our house was all carpet. And we'd threatened to jerk the carpet out of that thing 100 times. Well, guess what? It had to come out. Yeah. So
our poor kids were jumping over trenches, running through the living room.
Yeah, we had it while we were at it. We added a whole bathroom. So we have pictures of our house with a big saw cut through the concrete and a trench running through the house, and it was quite the to-do. Our house is tile from asshole to belly button now. We don't have the only carpet we have in our house now are little carpet pods in the bedrooms. Well, we have reached our first break of Plumbing 101. This has been fantastic. I hope everybody's taking notes. Give us a call. Talk about your notes. We will field that call. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. He's still trying to get his
My Mickey Mouse ears on. Where's yours?
I don't have any today.
Oh. Very good. Very good. I like to hear myself.
I know you do. I really don't care if I hear myself, so I don't need any.
I hear enough of you. Trust me.
I'm sure it's the other way around, honey. I always tell everybody you talk enough for both of us.
All right, well, we're back. We are back.
Yes, we are.
You're the front and I'm the back.
Okay. I don't even have a comeback for that.
So I got all mixed up. We've got Rich in here from IRS. He's the owner. We were talking about some things during the break, and I took all my notes and mixed them all up. So I have no clue where we're at. But again,
that's okay. Just keep talking.
This is Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And if you want to call us right now, it's 702-483-4444. We have the cool IRS in here with us today, and Insurance Restoration Services. And we needed them last night.
Yes, we did. At 1:30 this morning.
Yep.
At 1:30 this morning, we had a technician call. Got a flood here in this Albertsons. Send IRS out here like ASAP. Yesterday would have been good enough, so they rolled out there very quickly. And turns out it wasn't a big deal, but we got all taken care of, and we thank you guys.
Oh yeah, not a problem. Right. It was great talking to you at 1 a.m.
Me again.
Yes. No, that's good.
So that's very good. So I've been doing this plumbing gig since 1980. November 1 of 1980, I went into the plumbing industry.
You're old.
Why did you go into plumbing?
The funny story, no one's asked me on the show, so I'm going to go ahead and embellish. I was bagging groceries at Safeway on the corner of Alta and Decatur in 1980.
Wow.
And a lady came in and said, "You want to go to work for my plumbing company? My husband's plumbing company?" I was like, okay. So I rolled in there November 1 of 1980. I worked there for 12 years, and oddly enough, I went out on my own November 1 of 1992, so I was there for 12 years to the day.
Wow.
They actually gave me some smaller jobs to get me off the ground.
You can say who they were.
Yeah, it was Classic Plumbing. Back in the day, they're no longer open. Construction Defect took them out, just like they took my first company out, Lakewood Plumbing. But they took me under their wing. The owners took me under the wing and taught me everything there was to know about the plumbing industry. And in 12 years, I went out on my own, and they actually gave me some smaller jobs and got us off the ground, and we never looked back. And we've been in business. We've been in the plumbing contracting industry since 1992, and we decided that Las Vegas, growing as fast and quickly as it was, there was going to be a lot of need for plumbing service and repair. So in 2004, we decided to open Aqua Plumbing, buy a bunch of new vans, and train some technicians, get them good and educated, and so now we have licensed journeyman plumbers out there driving around in our vans taking care of people's needs, which incidentally, we have an accredited apprenticeship training program.
We do. Nice. Through the Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors Association of Nevada.
We have 33 students.
38 students.
Wow.
38 students. First, second,
That's
third,
great.
and fourth year. We're going to graduate a fourth-year class this year. It'll be in May. Mm-hmm. And I'm a third year instructor. What, third year instructor?
Third year.
Yeah, third year instructor. I don't look at the book anymore because it's open.
Oh.
The outside of it says Plumbing 301. Well, we've been in school 7 weeks, so we're halfway through the book, and
yeah, you teach third year.
Okay, it's third year, and they have to know, they work for a member contractor with the PHCC, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors, and they have to learn that they have to work for one of those contractors all day installing plumbing, and then at night, Monday and Wednesday nights, they actually get into the textbook, whether it be Plumbing 101, 201, 301, 401, and learn why, and the rules and the codes and tables and how to size water piping, and it's very involved course, and it's accredited with the state.
That's great.
And we just expanded, and we started a school up north in Reno.
Yes, we did. We have 6 apprentices up in Reno. They're all first year.
And we've got a second year. They're going to go into second year. I'm sure they'll all transfer. They'll all graduate first year.
Right.
And we've got a line of students, because this is brand new to Reno. We've got a line of students who want to come into first year.
That's amazing. That's so great.
And it's regimented by the state. You've got to have 8,000 work hours in order to get a journeyman's license. And you've got to have, what's 144 times 4?
I have no idea.
288,
Someone get the phone.
call it 500 and something
I think
hours.
it's
572.
576.
You've got to have 576 training hours recorded by the instructors and the staff at the PHCC.
You actually need 560 over
560?
the 4 years, but we give it a little leeway.
Little insurance policy there.
That's so great. Learning a trade. That's like the best thing we can do for next generation.
And you know, if you decide after your third year plumbing's not your thing, you probably have the wherewithal to fix whatever problem there is in your house, and it's going to be economical.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Well, good. That's great.
So yeah, we do that for the community. Our open enrollment is going to be in June. So if there's any would-be plumbing professionals at large, plumbing wannabes.
Very true.
They can come down. We'll give them some information. They can come down, fill out some paperwork, and we'll look at them in June. We oral interview them in July, and school starts in August. So if you guys know of any plumbing professionals that may want to learn the plumbing field, hey.
Well, there's a lot of kids running around out there with their pants hanging too low. So
did you see Bloomberg's report a year ago? He's the ex-mayor, the billionaire ex-mayor of New York. Governor, mayor, whatever the hell it was.
Mayor.
He actually performed a speaking engagement at one of the high schools there in New York, and his opening statement was, "Everybody in here should probably think about becoming a plumber."
Yeah.
You could have heard a pin drop in that auditorium, and he went on to tell people, these students, these coming out of high school, going into college, most of you aren't college material. You're still going to go get student loans, this, that, and the other thing, and in 4 years you're going to be strapped with all this debt. If you go to a plumbing apprenticeship program, and then he went ahead and threw the electricians a bone, you'll probably have $50,000-$60,000 income over that four-year period of time, maybe more, and have learned a trade and won't have any debt.
Yeah.
And the guy made perfect sense.
I mean, I don't think plumbing's going anywhere. I think you're going to be around, I would assume.
I'm the last guy you think about before you go to bed, Rich, and I'm the first guy you think about when you get up, baby.
when you call me at 1:30 in the morning, you know.
And it's funny because right after I called you, she went in and took care of business. She had to go.
Okay. Well, you don't need to really talk about that. No. Okay.
I'm merely trying to point out the importance of the throne.
That's right.
Your house is your castle. We will repair the throne.
Absolutely.
Let me write that down. That was good. That was good. That's not one of my commercials. I'm going to have to do that.
That's going to be one of those posters.
With you next week.
Posters you have in your office.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Sitting, I could be doing that sitting on the
we actually have that in our business kit, honey.
We do?
Yes.
We do have that in our
Your
business
house
kit.
is your castle.
So I must have thought about that a long
your
time
throne.
ago.
Yeah.
Like 15 years.
Very good.
I tell people that I have men on call 24/7. And they come out for free and they do a free estimate. And they'll come out at 2 a.m. So just give them a call if you have,
And we answer our phones live, as Artie found out last night when he gave me a ring.
Yep.
That's right.
So if you have any issues,
and he didn't sound like this.
No, he didn't.
No, hell no. He sounded like he just got done running a marathon.
He slapped
Hello.
himself twice.
This is IRS. Can I help you? I think he even said your name, but I was the one that was half out of it. I'm like, what are you?
Good job,
kidding?
Rich. That's great.
Yeah, 2 rings. The phone answered, and whammo, the IRS truck was. That just sounds funny. The IRS truck showed up to take care of our needs.
I'm sick in the head. I actually like waking up in the middle of the night to answer somebody's phone calls. You know, it's a job. Hopefully.
You are sick in the head.
Yeah.
So
drives my girlfriend crazy.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about IRS?
So
they come take your money.
Yes.
Oh, that's a different.
And the
IRS.
water.
A different IRS.
This IRS comes and takes your unwanted water away.
That's right.
So we are a water damage, fire damage, mold abatement company. We clean up floods, fires, trauma scenes, and anything that could happen in your house that's a mess. We essentially come in and clean it up. Our specialty is water damage, which is why we're here today. IRS is my company. I started it March of 2014. Prior to that, I'd worked for another company for around 12 years. And
the 12-year club. Woo!
Yeah, that seems like the cutoff.
literally got my feet wet there before I decided to step out on my own and do this. And things have been going great since. There's obviously plenty of water damage in Las Vegas. Our water is terrible here, so we've got lots of hard water that's rough on the pipes, and you know how great our construction quality was there for a while. So that keeps us all busy, and
we're not guilty of that shit. We got out of the building boom. We quit doing new construction in the building boom, so we don't have any. Aqua Plumbing doesn't have any poor quality out there anywhere. because we didn't
Lakewood
do the work.
Plumbing didn't have any bad quality out there either.
But
we're the greatest.
That is very true. We're the greatest.
I mean, I'm sure you see a lot of the same things. You see nails through pipes and all kinds of terrible things. We just cleaned up a job the other day that the air conditioning condensation line, the drain had never been hooked up. So the house was built in 2007. So for the last 7 years, it was leaking inside the wall.
Whoa.
Yeah. So when we opened that up, there was a small forest inside the wall. It had a pretty major mold issue, which that's the importance of getting us out there immediately. Is if we get out there, 7 years after the fact, you're going to have a little bit of mold, but if we're there within a couple hours like we were last night, and get everything cleaned up and don't have any problems.
Excellent.
We were talking about thrones earlier, and I didn't really want to get off that topic. So one thing that a lot of people don't think about is the wax ring under their throne. And those go out and they need to be maintained. And that's something that insurance doesn't cover, so it's definitely something.
That's maintenance.
You're
It's
going
not
to
sudden and
want
unforeseen.
How often do you recommend somebody replaces their wax? And can you explain what a wax ring is too? Because I know from experience, most people don't know.
The wax ring, what we do is we stand down in our van with a ladle and we melt candles.
Artisanal
That
wax
is not
rings.
Yes,
how it
artisanal
works.
wax rings, and then
Fragrance, too?
we push them on the bottom of the toilet, and it actually is the sealing agent between the toilet and the flange, the receiving portion of the plumbing system at the floor. We honestly do not recommend changing or because you can't see it. We don't recommend anybody changing the wax ring ever. However, when we go do a plumbing inspection, we move the toilet. We lean on the toilet. I personally, I don't know how my technicians do it, but I personally take the calf of my leg and I put a pretty good amount of pressure with my foot planted on the floor, and I push against the toilet bowl. And if there's any movement, bolts come out, wax comes out, new wax goes in, new bolts go in. Because if a wax ring isn't moving, then there's no moisture and the bolts don't corrode and the wax ring doesn't fail unless the house has probably been unoccupied for the last few years. It's been very hot here in Las Vegas. The wax ring actually will melt. It'll melt away and run away from the toilet. So that's when we would tell somebody that it's probably a good idea for us to come in, change all your wax rings. The inside of this house has been well over 100 degrees for the last 2-3 years. And the wax ring is one of our biggest concerns at that point. But if the toilet's bolted down really tight to the concrete floor, doesn't have any movement at all, the house is 10, 15 years old, that wax ring is intact. And with technology, wax rings have come a long way. Some you can buy rings now that aren't wax. They're actually styrofoam. They've got a self-adhesive on them, and they work really, really well. And in that case, they won't deteriorate at all because of the heat.
Yeah, and we usually see it when we go in. The signs around the toilet is how you can tell. So you start to see the
minute the toilet moves the tiniest bit,
yeah,
or the caulking's cracking, that toilet's had some movement, and we do need to address the wax ring. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what we see, and a lot of people ignore it, and then it gets worse and worse and worse, and then that's when we come out and we open things up, and then there's mold and there's rot and there's dirty water and the whole bit.
This is a true story. I went and walked a house 3.5 months ago. It was a business associate. She'd heard me say that we do free home plumbing inspections multiple times. And I went to her house, and I've got my clipboard out, and I'm checking every little thing. And I walked into her hall bathroom, and it's a bathroom they never use. And I walked in there, and I did exactly what I told you I did. I planted my foot and pushed my calf up against the bowl. I knocked the toilet over.
Oh my goodness!
It was bolted down at some point. The china caps were still on the bowl, but because they never used it, it had been loose. Mopping the floor, this, that, and the other thing, deteriorated the bolts. Her sister came to live with them. She didn't say anything. She just thought it was normal. How the hell do you think that a loose toilet was normal? But I did. I went over there and I gave that toilet bowl a nudge, and the toilet fell over. I was like, "Oh, I think we have a problem here. We're definitely going to fix that tomorrow, aren't we?" And the wax ring can be a problem. It would be heat related. So
and that goes back to the maintenance thing.
Sure.
most people don't see things happen, so they ignore them rather than having them looked at. And you mentioned supply lines earlier. I know that's a big one for us, is a lot of supply lines go to your toilet. And if you're away or on vacation, it can cause your whole house to flood.
It certainly can. We've reached our second commercial break here at Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing. So please stay tuned. We will be right back with the cool IRS. All right, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I took my Mickey Mouse ears off because I felt like the guy that had them on.
Oddball.
I don't have to hear myself the rest of the day.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be quiet for
He said the rest of the day.
I'll take a day. I'll take an hour.
Oh, that's funny.
So, Killer over there, what is the national day
Did you just
today?
call me Killer?
Come on, Killer. Nick, you listening? Nick Verzi over there. He likes to say Killer. Come on, Killer. What day is today?
That drives
Don't
me
say
insane.
Thursday.
It is.
Thursday the 15th
I don't like that.
of October.
It is National Get to Know Your Customers Day.
Yeah.
Really?
It is.
Well, pat me on the back, Rich. I was a customer this morning. Right on. Get to know your customer day. So I met Heidi Monday morning?
Yes.
And we already needed them. You said we were the best. What happened?
Even the best has slips from time to time.
Do you know that's our first leak in almost 5 years?
Wow.
It is.
It is. It is. And it happens.
And it was destiny.
The technician he was decimated. I said, you know what? You're pretty new to the plumbing industry, and I've got one really encouraging thing to say to you. And he's like, what was that? What's that? I go, that was only your first one.
But
so
you
it happens, and we took care of it, and everybody's happy. And Albertsons is cleaner now than when we got there.
Probably.
Everybody won.
Yeah.
RS won. Albertsons won. I feel like we won because we jumped on it like the general contractor was happy. So yeah.
And that's what we do. We get out there fast, 24/7.
Heck yeah.
Jump on it.
So it's Get to Know Your Customer Day. Is there another day?
It is.
Another subject matter?
National I Love Lucy Day.
I grew up with that show.
I know.
Because I'm old.
Who makes these up?
We pull these off the
It's a
internet.
National Day calendar.
Oh, okay.
And every day there's 3 or 4 different national days. There's even national weeks. This week
Did Kelly text you what National Week
she
it is?
did.
I want that
And there's
job.
a lot of this, too.
Coming up with those.
It's Earth Science Week, Freedom from Bullies Week, Chestnut Week, Food Bank Week, Teen Read Week, School Lunch Week, and YWCA Week Without Violence.
That is a
Interesting.
full-time job.
That's a lot of weeks.
And it's
1 week.
National Cake Decorating Day, National Pregnancy
Sam
and
de Blasio
Infant
get a
Loss
kick out of
Day.
Sam
What?
de Blasio get a kick out of that National Cake Decorating thing.
Yes. Yeah, I
amazing.
never thought I would eat a cake made by a plumber. That just doesn't.
Oh.
A friend of ours, Sam de
daring.
Blasio's a plumber. He's a licensed journeyman plumbing professional, and he also bakes cakes on the side. He baked a couple cakes for our birthday parties at our house for the kids.
Do I dare ask if any of them were themed?
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing.
We didn't theme them, did we?
Okay.
No, they were for baby showers for our grandchildren.
Right. So we didn't put turds in them or all.
No, we did not. But I found a really funny thing at Walmart when I was shopping there the other day. They have Play-Doh, brown Play-Doh with a little mold, so
you can do a turd.
You can
make your own poop.
Oh.
It's called a turd.
No, it says poop.
That's a turd.
Poop.
Well, I bought it. It's at the house if you want.
Yeah!
There you go.
No. Yes. I tell everybody I have 6 kids because he's the biggest
Absolutely.
one.
There you go.
No, we're raffling it off at the chili cook-off, so it's not for you. You don't get to
Speaking
play
of
with
which,
it.
we're having a chili
yeah.
cook-off this weekend.
We
Let's talk
are.
about that. Back
We
to the
are.
PHCC.
The PHCC is having their annual chili cook-off at Town Center Lounge 2 on Cheyenne and Simmons from 12 to 6 on Saturday the 17th. We're also incorporating a car show with it.
Now, I'm going to ask you something.
nice.
The PHCC
No.
started in 1883.
Yes.
I wonder how many cars they had show up for that car show.
This is the first annual car show.
Horses.
Yeah,
Buggy.
Buggies.
and with horses comes turds.
Yes.
Very big turds.
I call that horse exhaust,
Mhm.
dog exhaust. Yeah. So we're going to be having a chili cook-off. It's Halloween themed,
Nice.
and it's going to be a car
Everybody's
car show.
welcome.
Everybody's
The-
welcome.
the public
yeah,
is
you guys are
welcome.
invited. We'll get you down there, get you some sample some chili. It's really funny. We serve our chili out of a toilet bowl.
Do you really?
And a urinal.
And we also serve our chili out of a urinal.
Oh, that's great.
So one of my technicians, she said something about a plumbing professional baking a cake. One of our technicians, Raymond, in our employ, he makes a really, really, really good chili. And he called me 3 years ago, and he said, the chili's done. It's really, really good. You're going to really like this chili. I'm going to have Kelly bring you a bowl and in a small bowl so you can sample it. And I said, you realize, Raymond, we're serving this chili out of a toilet bowl. Oh, hell, I forgot something. I'll call you back. And he hangs up on me. About an hour later, he calls back. He goes, the corn's in.
Oh.
He went and bought 2 cans of corn and put in our chili. Ours is the only chili with corn in it.
That's
because
great.
We serve it out of a toilet bowl.
That's
so,
great.
It looks disgusting, but I promise the toilet's brand new and clean.
Brand new. We just took it out of that TI the other day.
No, did not.
It was a demo.
Brand new.
It was a demo toilet.
It's
That's
brand
amazing.
new.
That's porcelain. You can clean it up well enough.
Yeah, a little muriatic acid, you're good to go.
That's
Doesn't
great.
matter.
That's
Good.
disgusting.
Are you
But
dressing
people
up for
remember
Halloween
that.
this year?
That's great.
Probably not.
Yeah,
We're gonna
absolutely.
we decorate the house. Our house is decorated more for Halloween than it is for Christmas.
We're going to
Halloween's
be
the
at the
best.
dunes, so we don't get to dress up.
Yep, very much so. So that's going to be this weekend, and then in a couple of weeks, you're going to race your car again at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
November.
Great.
It's a Sunday morning.
It is a Sunday
You missed the
morning.
early games of the football,
And
but
we can come out and watch you?
you can
Absolutely.
come out. You can come out and
November
ride.
15th.
Yeah, come out and
Really?
ride with her.
Wow. That would
Yeah.
be fun.
I can take passengers.
Yeah,
That
it's
would be
a lot
great.
of fun. It's a solo too. It's an SCCA race. It's a road course race.
Oh, nice.
She's got a little '67 Mustang that she goes out there and tears up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's a blast, very much so. So, heck yeah. So we got PHCC this weekend, and then you're gonna go racing and gonna be scaring little kids in a couple of weeks.
A lot of activities.
Heck
You guys
yeah.
are
Busy.
people. Busy people.
Very,
busy.
very busy.
And in your free
absolutely.
time, you do plumbing, right?
And on our free time, we do plumbing.
Yeah. Okay.
We actually do. We've got 2 apprentices working for us. So in fact, Justin came to me the other day and he goes, "How do you disseminate between work and fun? I don't know when you can go have any fun." I said at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, baby, I walk out that door and it's hot rod time. I go out and work on my shit in the garage. I said, work can just wait because it's going to be there tomorrow.
Right.
If I wake up vertical, work's going to be there tomorrow.
That's right.
I got to get dirty. I got to get some grease under my fingernails tonight and work on them hot rods.
And you never know when you're going to get a call.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got a hot rod, Rich?
I don't. I've got a truck.
We'll ruin you. Dustin, you got a hot rod?
Nothing here.
Heidi, you got a hot rod?
I have their hot rod because I'm their account rep, so I get to drive their little hot rod around town.
Okay, but I'm talking about a hot rod.
I think it's a hot rod.
Well, you come
I
to the
drive
car-
it like a hot rod.
There you go.
You know,
There you go.
Your boss
Drive
is
it like you
sitting
stole
here.
it, right? I haven't been caught yet, so I'm good.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very good.
Yeah, no, but
we
it's a lot of
we
fun.
left the office today. We're coming here, and we saw a motor cop pulling over, getting ready to set his motorcycle up and get ready to write some tickets. Turns out it's our brother-in-law.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Did you
so-
wave?
No, we honked and
No.
it scared the hell out of him, and he fell off the bike. It was great.
Well, last week
little
on the
payback
radio
for-
show, one of our daughters got pulled over by my brother-in-law.
Same guy.
Same guy on her way
Oh.
home from school.
It was
so.
really funny. We got the call. She never calls me unless there's a shitstorm.
Uh-huh.
So Becky's phone rings, and Becky's like, "Oh, I can't talk to her right now. We're on the radio." My phone rings. It's her. I'm like, something's
Problem.
wrong. But commercial break. Becky, quick like a bunny, called her. I got pulled over by Jim. I was speeding. Yeah.
I was gonna say anybody listening right now wants his name, so
Right.
when they get pulled over, they know Aqua Plumbing.
His name is Suck Ass, and he didn't give my daughter a ticket, and he should have. I hope you're listening, Jim. Tell Jim to listen to podcast number 9, and he'll know I called him a
We
suck
talked
ass.
all about it.
I called
Yeah,
him a suck ass for not giving my daughter a ticket. He'll give me a ticket. I know he will.
probably.
Well, he doesn't need to pull me over. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
he's
good.
right out there on Tenaya.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
in the
yeah?
Northwest.
That's where he sits, is right on Tenaya. So,
Great. I'll watch for him.
yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I'll name drop when he pulls me over.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. He'll write you up.
We'll
The
just try.
podcast.
He'll- if,
Yeah.
if you drop my name, he'll write you up for brake lights that already work.
It'll backfire on me.
He'll write you up for 5 flat tires.
Yeah, I'll be in jail, right?
Right, yeah.
Basically,
You'll
I'll
be
be
in jail.
calling for bail.
Becky will get you out. What you got in the box there, Ma?
I have some amazing cupcakes that Heidi brought to me.
Yes, thank
All
you for
right.
having us on. We appreciate
From-
being your guests.
Retro Bakery, and I'm like drooling over here because I want to eat one so
You just ate.
bad. I don't care. I'm getting ready to eat again
There's always room for dessert.
at our next meeting. And
I'm gonna go get, what is that? I get the Mexican fried apple pie ice cream thing. What the hell is that?
All I care about is margaritas.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. That's
All right,
dessert.
Very good.
Margarita.
We do have a meeting at 3:30 after this.
Yes, we
It's
do.
a drinking meeting.
But these are from Retro Bakery out in the Northwest, and they look amazing.
And they're good. They're very, very good.
They're good.
So is that where you
Sampled
live,
all.
Heidi, out in the Northwest?
I do. I'm not far from you, I found out. So we're right up there.
Right
Very good.
Yeah.
Dustin, you?
I am in Henderson, old
We
Henderson.
call that
Hendertucky is where I
Hendertucky,
live.
right,
Black
right.
Mountain.
Rich?
Also in Henderson near Green Valley.
Very, very
Yeah,
good.
And our office is off of Russell
Russell
Russell and
and
Decatur.
in Decatur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're right there.
So you've got a little commute going on there.
Not
Not
too
terrible,
bad.
not too bad. We've got some friends of ours that own an air conditioning company, M&K Heating and Air. They're right out there at Russell and Decatur-ish.
That's an industrial part of
It's a
town.
really nice industrial
Yeah.
park out there. Yeah, very good.
I'm right by both freeways, so we can get anywhere in town in 30 minutes or so when we have a call come in. That's nice. Centrally located.
Yep, not bad. Yeah.
That's what we do.
It was quite a haul for those guys last night. They had to go to Craig and Tenaya, but they got there in time.
So how big is your company?
Currently, we have 8 employees, full-time guys. We can handle. You'd be surprised at what we can handle with the technicians that we have. Though it really doesn't take a whole lot of guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Any house we can take care of, smaller commercial properties, and then I've got relationships with other guys that I can fly into town if need be for some of the larger commercial properties. I've worked all over the country. I did work for Katrina after Hurricane Katrina. Was in Galveston, Texas after they had the flooding from Hurricane Ike there. So been all over the place. We've got enough equipment locally at our office to take care of 4 or 5 entire houses at the same time, or
Excellent.
large commercial facility if something were to come up. But
That's wonderful news.
And then they have this amazing account rep named Heidi who drives all
Right.
over and talks to people. And that's how I met you.
Right.
Monday.
Exactly
And
right.
so that's what I
and
do.
look what it turned into.
It always turns
went
into
from a
something I'm going to tell you.
It went from a shitstorm last night to a radio show today.
That's right. You just never know where we're going to show up or what we're going to do. But
That's great.
yeah.
Well, we've reached our 3rd commercial break. Please stay tuned. We will be right back to wrap this up with the IRS. And we are back. This is Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Did you call Aqua Plumbing in Sarasota yet? Are you ever
No.
going to do that? You know what we ought to do?
Probably not.
We ought to call them like Thursday morning and say, hey, at 5 o'clock, pull up your laptop and pull up all Vegas All Net Radio and
We're
listen
talking
in.
about you.
Yeah, we're talking about you. We've talked about them 3 freaking shows in a row.
Yeah, 3 weeks in a row we've talked about them. We could at least know their names.
And you know, these fine folks here from the IRS, they are probably unaware that this is not only a national show, but it's also worldwide. We're on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
So we are being heard in Australia, Germany, whoever wants to log on, they can log on. And our mentor, he's sitting back there like 3 offices away, listening to us too, so he can
can
critique
he hear
us.
us?
Yeah.
Can he hear us? Is he critiquing?
He's
Yes.
critiquing.
Oh, notes after this.
I feel judged.
He's very much critiquing.
well, unfortunately, I don't service Australia, but we'll take
We'll
care of
go.
anything
I'll
in Clark
go.
County.
We'll go.
I'll go for you.
for the right month.
Depending on, I'll go.
We talked about this. Trevor, our son, he's in the apprenticeship program, and his deal is he wants to move the company to Hawaii. He wants to move to Hawaii. So
Because we do get to retire one day.
his deal is everybody has to wear flip flops, board shorts, and
Gotcha. I'm listening.
yeah.
You're all being judged. I
and everybody has to. All the technicians are going to have a surfboard on the top of their van. Can you imagine how much work we're not going to get
Yeah,
done?
I was going to say, how much are they going to work?
They're
Yeah,
not. We were
no.
just in Hawaii not too long ago. We had to go for a wedding, and there were service vehicles, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, mobile auto mechanic. And they're just pulled. This is 1:30 in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They're pulled because you're driving down this road, and you can turn off onto the beach and park on a little gravel portion before it becomes sandy. You don't get your car or truck stuck, and they're just pulled off. And these people are out and farting around in the ocean. They're not working. My point is, they're not working.
Surf's up.
Surf's up.
Surf's
It's
yeah.
time to get going, and we couldn't believe it. So Trevor saw that shit. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, hell yeah.
I think he's got a good idea. I think IRS needs to go to Hawaii. too.
Yeah, we need to
I need
don't
to
have
start a
that.
branch.
Yeah, I can't go surf's up, Rich. I got to go.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
surf's
doesn't-
up, baby. Tell them to hold their flight off for another hour and a half.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Payroll, they get paid next week. I'm going
Yes.
to be laying on the beach.
So yeah, that's Trevor's dream. He wants everybody to have a surfboard on their van, and
It's good to have a goal, though.
yeah, that's
really
good to have a
good.
goal.
It's
Well,
good to have a
one
goal.
day the company will be his, so if he wants to move it to Hawaii, he more than welcome.
As long as they keep sending the checks.
That's
I'll-
right.
I'll go with that.
That's right.
That's
I'll go.
right.
I'll go rep in Hawaii, Rich. If you're going to open up a branch there, I'll be happy to go
Absolutely.
I like that you said we had to go to Hawaii.
We
We
have
had. I mean, we had to.
for a
Right.
wedding.
I
we
like had to go
we
to
had
Hawaii.
to go. Yeah,
There was
we
no
had to
choice.
go. It was a wedding.
We did. It was a family wedding, so we
Had to
had
go.
to go.
And our staff is really cool. They're really, really good. So we had to make a few directions by telephone, and then the rest of the day was ours. And when we got back, there were zero shit storms. We didn't have any
That's so
problems.
nice.
And
That's so nice when
it
you
was-
get a vacation, you can enjoy your vacation,
It-
and you don't come home to water flooded in your house and things
right.
like
'Cause
that.
we turn our water off.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
There you go.
But it's wonderful. Most of our employees have been with us over 20 years, so they know what to expect. They know how we want things done. Our staff is
just do it.
amazing. They do.
Let's do it.
They do.
That's great.
Yep. Somebody calls up and has a problem in the house. We just roll over there, and they've seen it enough times, or they've been educated through either formal education or school of hard knocks. They can just get it taken care of. And we're not the cheapest guy in the town, but we're economical. And when we leave,
It's done.
It's
It's
done.
right.
It's done right.
Right.
It's done. Yeah, and our employees are drug tested and background screened and everything. So when
Sheriff's
you have,
cards.
when they come in at 2 a.m, you know what you're getting. You're getting people that you can rely on and trust, and that's important here in
Absolutely.
Vegas.
It's very important here.
You
in
don't open the
Vegas.
doors for anybody here in Vegas. So
Yep.
you got to know.
An elderly lady living alone answers the door, and there's this big monstrosity of a guy, big beard, fluffy hair,
Arnie, I'm sitting right next to you, Arnie.
and it spooks them. And
Yeah.
you've got to make these people comfortable, and
Yeah.
we try to make every provision to keep the customer happy.
Yeah, and know who you're sending out. Mm-hmm. When we call Aqua Plumbing, we know who we're sending out.
We also
Vice
tell our
versa.
guys to try to park in front of the house so that the person can see the van,
Absolutely.
if at all possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but that gives you some credence too. That gives you some value. All of our vans are properly marked. The contractors board has a particular way they want things, and we adhere to those rules. And it just gives us value if people can see a proper license number, big print, big phone number.
The
They
name.
know that we're here. We know that person knows we're coming. And what to expect. So it's not like we knock on the door. Hey, you need any plumbing problems taken care of in here? No, they know we're coming.
No door-to-door plumbing services.
No door-to-door plumbing services.
Does that
Believe it or
work?
not, actually, I got a door-to-door essentially flood one time.
You did.
Yeah. One of my friends was driving down a residential street and saw water coming out of the driveway, out of the garage down the street. So he stopped by and knocked on the door, and sure enough, the house was flooded.
Wow.
Wow.
The lady hadn't arrived home yet, so he left one of my business cards on the door. She got home from work, and in my head, I'm a little cynical. I'm thinking, she's gonna think that I flooded her house.
I was just
She's gonna get home from work and her
Right.
house
How
is
do
gonna
you
be
do that?
flooded. Yeah. No, if I had that kind of power, I'd have a pretty large business.
Right. Exactly. You wouldn't have to work.
No. But yeah,
You could just think it happened. Du-du-du-du-du-du-du. Right.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first door-to-door flood that I'd ever had.
That's great.
That is great.
Yeah, ambulance
Well, it was
chasing, right?
great for us.
Ambulance
Not so
chasing.
great for-
Ambulance chasing, isn't
It
that
was
what
great
that's
for her
called?
because she got a good company to show
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
and everybody's a winner at that point.
That's what I tell most of my customers. I don't mind doing work for you once, but hopefully you never have to see me again.
Right. I'll come over and have lunch, but I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to clean up your house again.
Absolutely.
I never want to go through that again.
Oh, be
Even-
quiet.
Yeah.
You had fun.
Well, you took care of it yourself last time. Now you've got us. if something were to
Exactly.
come up,
Well, that's
so-
very true.
Oh,
Okay,
Rich.
our house can flood again.
All Rich.
At least I have somebody who can take care of
You
it
know,
now.
our house probably wouldn't sustain much damage because we put all new tile on the
Yeah.
floor, and then 6 inches of tile for baseboard. There's no baseboard, so
Oh,
so
yeah.
it would have to be ankle deep in order for our house to start sustaining any damage. Of course, the grout's permeable. They're still going to get a little bit of water in the walls. But
Kitchen cabinets. you
yeah,
gotta be
cabinets
careful.
would be. that'd
And our
be-
kitchen is
be in
still
trouble.
brand new, so that would do some damage.
Yes, it would.
You have plumbing in your slab or overhead
It's in our slab. Yeah, we've got a house just old enough where it's got copper in the slab. So that day's coming.
Yeah.
That day's coming. We're going to have to go overhead with some pipe. Well, very good. Thank you guys for coming. We really
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having us.
It was a pleasure.
An
Thank
hour
you
goes
very
by
much
very
for
quickly,
having
doesn't
does.
it?
Yeah.
It does.
Thank you.
Very good.
really
Rich, thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Dustin, Heidi. I'll be seeing Heidi. Well, Becky will be
Mondays.
seeing Heidi on Mondays. And And I want to thank you guys again for coming in and seeing us. Maybe we can do this again. And thank you all our listeners for listening to Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Give us a call anytime you want. 642-8400, area code 702. Aqua Plumbing, Google us. Have a great week.